Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of...
I forgot.
Dude, it's the name of the show.
Like, I don't know. I forgot.
It's the name. Oh my gosh. Okay. Fine. Look, we'll take it again. We know what it is now, right? Yeah. So welcome to another episode of For the Hype, and I think we're doing something different today, right, Lee?
Yeah, Buddy wants us to introduce him, so yeah.
Yeah. Why does he want to...
I don't actually know. He
Lee?
Oh, okay.
Oh, what?
Very interesting. He wants to be introduced as a Joker.
Hi boys, it's good to be back.
Hello.
Hello. Bradley, like, what are you wearing?
It's actually Joker now. I identify as Joker.
Okay, Joker? So, like, what's, like, the occasion?
Well, I've decided to dress the part that society tells me that I am. You see, there's people like me in this world who get made a mockery of, and they're always the butt of the joke, and, you know, life isn't fair for anybody, but, you know, it's quite hard for the rest of us. And so, it turns kind-hearted people like me into a joke. And, well, to put it simply, I'm in on it! Come on, guys. You know how life can be just so crazy? We're in a constant battle to try and reach who we truly are, but we can never truly reach our full potential. Like, Scott, for instance. Look at you. You're a wannabe filmmaker who never made it. And Lee, after knowing you my entire life, I still don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the deal is with you.
Whoa, Bradley!
It's Joker now, Lee! Don't you understand?
Bradley, is that like a real gun?
I'll tell you what's not real, Scott. Hopes and dreams, a house in the hills, a wife and kids and a loving family that loves you.
But, like, Bradley, you can't, like, let that, you know, bring you down in life, like.
You know what does bring me down, Lee? When people don't use the English language in its real capacity. You know, you put like in a context where it just doesn't make any sense at all. But you know what I do like, guys? I like it when like is used in the right context. Do you get it?
You're acting like an absolute lunatic.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Scotty. Would you like to hear a joke instead? I'll tell you what. The next person to say like, here's the punchline. Alright?
Bradley, just because you're angry at the world doesn't mean, like...
Bradley! Oh my God!
Sit
you
down,
killed
Scott.
him!
Sit down.
You
Sit down! You're not in the shots, Scott. Look, you're not in the shots, and you better sit down, otherwise... Ooh, I'm gonna touch your set. Ooh, yeah, I love touching Scott's set on the For the Hype podcast. Ooh, yeah. Good boy. Good boy. You can follow basic commands, hey, can't you? I've got another command for you, Scott. Lie down! Oh, looky here, Scott. Isn't it just ironic?
It's ironic.
Something you love? How do you hear the most, Scott? Man, I gotta find that the best joke of all.
I get it.
I've taken over, everybody. This is like the funniest joke I've ever told. Oh wait, I just said it.
Let's just go. Hello.
We're going.
We're going.
Going and going and going and you're gone.
Well, I was going to say we're here.
We are here. Yes.
Going.
On your screens, blessing your presence. Welcome to another episode of For the Hype. I thought someone else was gonna say it as well.
I thought about it, but I was like,
That's alright. Cool. So,
Well, today's topic, everybody, is movies.
movies and cinema experiences.
and our general experiences.
Yeah, because like movies I think is something that we all share in common, something that we all really like and whatnot.
For sure. And we all have I'd say we have similar tastes for the most part, but there are different things about different movies that we have differing opinions on and things like that. Not opinions, but there are things we like more or whatever.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say something, but I was waiting for the time. I was like, anyway, yeah, but
So it just doesn't sound at all. Bradley, did you
know
see
what?
that?
If you look back on the thing, you probably see a few times I was sitting here and I was like, glancing at the glass because I was like, I'm gonna say something, but I'm gonna wait for the time to say it.
So I must have got your vibe.
Oh my, yeah. So that
If it was a plain glass, I would have left it there, but it had some stuff on it. I took it off.
Yeah. Well, you know, it had what did it have on it? Was
Avengers.
Avengers. Yes, Avengers.
Oh my god.
That is
Love
a
Avengers.
decent movie. All right, let's get into the guts of what we're talking about then. So, do you guys have any the first major movie that you saw in the cinema that blew your mind, or from your childhood, the first time you went to the movies and you're just whoa, this is something.
In cinema, I don't know, stuff that usually impresses me in movies is visuals or possibly a soundtrack. There's a few movies out there with really great soundtracks, but I loved seeing Into the Spider-Verse for the first time in cinema because that just has such an amazing distinct art style.
Yeah.
And it just fits so perfectly with the theme and just everything.
Yeah.
And visually that movie is just so appealing in every single way.
It was a good movie.
Banger soundtrack too.
Oh yeah. You know what? It's crazy. I think back, right, because I went to movies a lot as a kid, and but I think the first movie that pops in my head that blew my mind in cinema was The Prince of Egypt. Remember The Prince of Egypt by DreamWorks? It was 99, and it was literally about Moses and all that, but it was super dark, and the story was the animation stuff was crazy, but then also it had a banger soundtrack, you know, there's a couple of songs on there who knows what miracles you can achieve. It just pops in my head. You watch the movie and then it blows your mind.
I feel I would have seen that, but it's one of those movies I would have seen as a kid.
I
and
definitely
I just
seen
haven't.
that,
Yeah, that was good. I watched that. Yeah, the Regal.
Yes.
The Regal Cinema.
Theatre.
If anyone remembers that. Yeah.
Well, it's a place where you get x-rays. Don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's one of them places. I think anyway.
A radiology or whatever.
That's it, yeah. Or it
Yeah.
could be just the...
This is very... The only people going to know what we're talking about, people who have lived where we live for the last 30 years.
Well, there's probably the 30 people watching us at the moment.
Yes. By the way, if you are one of those 30 people watching, can you guys just
Thank you.
like our videos? If you're watching, just please like it, guys. And if you're watching this far, it means you do like it. So you should press it
Yeah.
by default. Yeah. Ollie, you know what? Come back into the frame a little bit there. Alright. Yeah, that's all good. Alright, we're all in now. Alright, Lee. What about you? You got a
mine's the very first track
oh,
because our family's got a lot of adult humour in it.
Oh.
So when we go see the Shrek movie, my mum takes me, and it's just me and mum going to see it. And she laughed at all the adult humour But I was getting so embarrassed because she's got a very loud laugh when,
Yeah. Can you give the audience an idea of what it's like? Can you do it?
What?
Do your mum's? I was gonna say, do your mum's?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's scary.
It depends. It has different levels.
Oh, as a kid, I used to hide.
Can I attempt?
Yeah, go for
It
it.
literally is ha ha ha, something like that, right?
It's like, I remember like she laughed so hard one time. She's like,
do you remember
I wish
Lee?
we could. I have a video, but we won't put the clip up.
Oh my god, I want to see that. Do you remember Lee? Like, you probably don't remember because you were like young, but like me and your mum, we basically like had like, it was like a laugh off at the table. We'd sit there, like I'd laugh because I used to laugh like ha ha ha, and she'd look at me and go ha ha ha, and I just ha 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 ha, like back and forth.
It was
me and
quite
her.
exhausting to
And
watch.
like, it was exhausting to do as well. But like, we just did it to each other because like, yeah, it was pretty funny though. But yeah, no, like, I get.
Yeah, so Shrek. Especially when
Shrek.
Donkey farted. No, sorry, Donkey didn't fart.
He sneezed, right?
Yeah.
No, Donkey was blaming Shrek.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
if it was me, you'd be dead.
Yeah, Mum
Yeah.
like lost it
Yeah.
because like
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Jack Shrek was good. You know what's like I think like a good like first time I went to the movies with like the family, because like, you know, you used to always go with the family and shit and like go see like whatever kid movie came out, but what was it? Yeah, School of Rock.
Oh yeah.
Because like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, kind of.
I don't think I didn't see that in cinemas, but I do love that movie.
That came out like early 2000s. But you know, because you talking about your mum reminded me of it, because like, so I went with my family. I went with my dad, and you know, my dad like used to play music and stuff like that. Used to like gig all around or whatnot. So he met like a lot of musicians and stuff. And Jack Black in that movie, he said literally remind him of like someone he used to know, and like literally from the start when Jack Black's like, yeah, my dad's literally sitting like, the whole movie, and he was like every time, my dad would just like go off.
I'll spin you out, Scott. That was literally 20 years ago. Because they're having the anniversary this year at some point.
Damn, I didn't know that. We old. And we're back.
We're back live.
We're back. Yeah, no, I'm probably gonna cut this, so we're just like.
It feels like, dude, that was
Spawn.
like 5 seconds, but that was like 5 minutes. It felt like.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Totally, but it was like no seconds in viewer time. Anyway, so talking about like cinema and stuff like that, you know, you know what, guys? Actually, before we get that far, here's a question for you: why do you like movies? Why do you like watching movies? What do you get out of movies? Or what do movies mean to you? Is it just something you can pop on in the background and like scroll on your phone like you're probably doing right now, doing something else?
Yeah.
Or is it, yeah, tell me.
I don't know. It used to be like when streaming first come about, yes, but now like I literally don't really watch anything at home. If I watch something, it's generally
At the cinema?
yeah, or like
Yeah.
you know, watching YouTube or something on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I don't actually watch.
I can like have other things in the background, like TV shows and stuff like that, but a movie I'm usually trying to be like invested in, especially if it's something I haven't watched before. Even like comfort movies or whatever, I just like, yeah.
But I don't know. I just remember back in the day, like when Video Easy was a thing, like going
every single weekend.
Yeah, and get like 2 new releases.
I know, yeah.
Few weeklies.
You know what? I used to
Watch
just get
random
like
movies.
my dad would literally let me get out whatever I want.
Have you ever watched?
I watched so many horrors.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's an 80s one. It's like called. It's like Campfire, and it's like called The Burning or the something. It's like basically the main character's like full on like horror vibes. You know, monster burns something like that, and then he kills all the people. And that was a pretty spun out movie.
I haven't seen that.
Sorry, when I was a kid, yeah, like Video Easy was still like a thing when I was like tiny. Go into the video shop and I saw like my first, what's it, experience? No, my first, what's it like? You're not experiencing it, but you looking at it for the first time, whatever. Basically an ecchi sort of borderline hentai. It's like, because you'd go to the anime section and there's some really good stuff there, but like But yeah, no, for some reason it's always like it was always on like the bottom two shelves.
You guys.
I want to know how they stayed in business so long. Because they were
Well,
in
they-
business like 5-6 years after streaming
Yeah.
was a thing.
You know, you just get the locals.
I know, but like,
Yeah. You know,
it was a pretty big space they had. It wasn't a small space. It
Yeah.
was big.
okay. So, you know, we're talking about what we like about movies. So what do I like about movies? Well, I'm glad you asked, Lee. Because, you know, we've established movies are like kind of like my thing, you know. I actually, you know what? It's funny, like, even though I like hell into the making of movies and stuff like that, I'm actually not that interested in a lot of movies. Like, I've met people who like movies like more than me. Like Gunnar. You know, I would honestly say, Gunnar, if you're watching this, Gunnar likes movies more than I do.
Yeah, but
like, you know.
you've had a pretty like
But I, you know, I haven't watched a lot of movies. You know, I'm going to rack off some movies I haven't seen right now that are sacrilegious. All of the Godfather 1, Godfather 2, all of the Indiana Jones. Besides the Crystal Skull. Yup. What was there? Was that about all the original Star Wars?
I was just about to
I haven't
say
watched
that.
them. Probably not gonna.
I haven't watched the originals either.
I haven't watched any full Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I have played like
What?
every game though,
Okay,
basically.
Yeah. But you know, okay. If I want to get a little sentimental for a second, things are like movies. Like you ever think movies, alright?
It's telling a story.
It's story. Yes, exactly. And you know, storytelling is literally the oldest pastime of like all history of man, and they literally started as a way to basically spread the word, like you know, their morals, their thing, and you know,
Propaganda.
yeah. Well, eventually propaganda, you know, and yeah. But like now, but pretty much movies are like a time capsule for that time period. You know what I mean? So that's why I like movies, is because like they literally do tell like the story of like what is going on at that point in like life and stuff like that from different perspectives. But like,
It's a hard word to say.
yeah. But now there's like all the movies that come out. Like, okay, gripe where I go with like movies in general now, but especially like superhero movies, because I like watching them. But like every superhero movie is about like destroy the world, you have to save the world, like all of them. But like, we saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 last night, and that was a very personal story, and that was so good.
Even though that is obviously like all space and different planets and stuff like
Yeah,
that, it's
but-
still an interplanetary level, but it's just
It does-
all about the individual characters,
Yeah.
like, and mostly
Yeah.
Rocket, obviously, because that's like the whole tagline of the movie.
What is Volume 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Alrighty, Lee. So you said before that you had a funny cinema experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so going to see a bunch of dudes, mind you, like I don't think it was any girls with us, it was like 5 dudes, going to see the second Twilight, or third, I can't remember. But like, I don't know why we were going to see the Twilight movie. But anyway, one of my good mates was with me, and my other brother's with me as well, not this one, the other one. And
Dion.
Yeah, Dion. And
Might as well
my other
name
good
drop
mate
him.
did something gross to my brother, basically spat a chewy at him and it landed in his hair or on his face or something. And my brother was like wild but didn't say anything. And then like 5-10 seconds later, my cousin's like sitting next to me, he'd come with us as well. He's like almost about to laugh and I can see his reaction. I've looked and I just see my brother like tipping a maxi popcorn on my one of my good mates' like head, like the whole 3/4 of it straight onto his head. And then my mate was so salty.
I wish I was there. I wasn't there.
No.
No.
You know what? He was salty too, like literally salty.
Yeah.
And also salty because he was picking out of his hair as well. It's quite funny. But
And you know what? I'm pretty sure that person watches this as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
That tickles me. Oh.
Well, that's like a good kind of segue to my story because it's still like food items being distributed onto people. So we were watching a movie, I can't remember which one, but it was in one of the theaters where there's 2 levels, like you go upstairs and then and there was like a group of us and then there was just one empty seat in the middle of our group. And basically, we don't even know who did it. We couldn't even figure it out. They must have like ran out of the cinema or something. But it was literally at the end of the movie, and like it's just so instant because none of us noticed it dropping. But there's an entire large Coke dropping, and it falls exactly into this empty seat next to all of us. Like
it exploded.
I wasn't right next to it. I only got it a little bit, but yeah, everybody surrounding the next two people were just.
I always hate when people in cinema
covered.
start throwing shit and stuff. You're like, oh my god. I had a group of people like start throwing stuff at me and my friends, but then they got up and was like literally like yelling at us, even though they started throwing stuff at us first. It was weird. But you know what? Oh my god! Literally, when you were talking, Bradley, I couldn't think of a story, but then one hit me. You know, a couple of times I've actually seen like when someone's talking, an idea hits me, and I literally like go like that. Like I had to touch someone because I'm like, oh, Brady, like what's that back? I literally
Touch
did
away,
it. I literally
touch
did
away.
it. But okay. So this is one, and I'm literally the cause of the, I guess not disturbance, but of what happened, right? So me, one of my mates, I was like, it was Wolverine Origins, right? Wolverine Origins. And I was really excited to see it, like, and really excited to see Deadpool and stuff for the first time.
Yeah, disappointing to say the least.
Well,
For
in hindsight, but at the time I was super jacked, you know?
Oh yeah.
So anyway, it was
he was
me,
jacked.
a mate, and then we had 2 girls with us, just like friends with us. Like, we went to the movies, and like I think I'm seeing there, my mate's there, and the 2 girls are next to him because I could see all 3 of them, and I was just like all jacked up for the movie. So Scott's enjoying this movie too much or whatever. And then when it got to the part at the end when Wolverine's fighting Deadpool, and Deadpool teleported behind him, and just out of nowhere I literally went like that, and all 3 of them literally went like almost like that, like what was that, Scott? I was like I just like it was so cool. It was so cool at the time. I was like yeah. But yeah, in hindsight, that movie is not very good.
No,
Yeah.
shit.
Just to relay
It does have its moments or whatever. I
the
guess,
opening credits, but yeah, but not worthy.
I thought you were doing it in a bad way originally, but no, you actually meant in a
know
good
what?
way,
Yeah.
which is even worse.
The game of that was way better than
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
X-Men Origins
super
Wolverine.
gory. Okay, guys. So we've talked about good experiences and fun experiences, but now to cap the episode off. What?
Sorry, I was just changing my.
Okay, all good.
I had to type something.
Yeah, I'll just do that again.
I'll throw him off.
I mean, someone else can do it if you want, Bradley. You can do it. I was like, someone else can do it if you want, Bradley. Okay, go for it.
Do you want? Because I know what you're like with your editing, bitch. Yeah. So anyway, so we've talked about the good and like funny experiences we've had with movies and cinemas and stuff. Now we're kind of just talking about the worst movies we've sort of seen.
Yeah.
And we're just going to kind of rag on a specific movie.
Yeah, I reckon.
We're gonna go on a rag.
Because I've got
everybody,
some. I feel passionate about this, so
I'll go
let's
first
cap
because
it off.
mine's going to be the quickest.
Let's just pick something to rag on. Rag. Go, Lee. Rag off.
Alright, so my 2 movies are the 2 movies I've walked out on, so I can't rag for long because I didn't watch both of them right through because all that shit. The first one was The Counselor. I've seen them in order. So The Counselor, and I think I watched Cameron Diaz make love to a car and watched
the
about
windscreen.
5 minutes after that, and I can't remember who I was with, but we both walked out.
Yeah.
And then another movie.
I watched that all the way through, and I wish I didn't.
I love that. That's actually awesome.
Seriously.
And the second movie, which I also walked out on, was American Hustler, I think it's called.
American
Or
Hustle?
Yeah, American
Yeah.
Hustle. Oh my god, that was like claw my eyes out boring.
I was there and I was a kid. It's the only movie in a cinema I've fell asleep during, and also like I had to walk out because everybody else was walking out. What am I gonna do? Stay at the cinema?
Yeah.
So they're my 2. That's my rank.
Okay. I dig that. Yeah. I haven't seen American Hustle, but yeah, everyone. It's weird because it was critically acclaimed, but everyone I know who watches be like shit. Yeah.
That's fair. It's probably like too boring. Yeah, so my movie, I hate like a couple movies. I'll list a couple. There's like Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman. That was pretty not good, disappointing to say the least. But a really, really disappointing movie for me was the Netflix adaptation of Death Note, and that was just like cringe, just cringe as fuck. The main character, all of my friends that like watched it, they were like, oh, like the main character Light Yagami reminds me of you, Brad. Like when I was a teenager, like just like with the hair, and I was all mopey and stuff.
Didn't have any mustache either.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, and that movie was just like heavily disappointing because it didn't really respect the source material at all. I hate it when movies don't respect the source material.
You know what's crazy, brother? Like I watched the Death Note movie before I watched the first half of the anime because I just watched it and I was like, this is really bad, and I wonder this is doing it justice, and
it really was not.
And you know what? It's crazy, but you got to think because as I don't know if I've stated yet, but like me and anime have a complicated relationship.
I don't think you've mentioned it.
But
Scott doesn't really like anime, but I do.
Like I don't. Anyway. But
go on.
that is literally the only like anime I've watched, and I was actually really intrigued until they killed L, and then I just stopped watching.
Spoilers! Oh my god! It's like 10 years
I
old.
watched a lot of One Piece,
Oh yeah,
but that was just because it's
like 100 episodes or so out of like 800.
probably.
But yeah, so Light, he's really mopey and all that in the movie, and just really awkward, and it just doesn't work. And I don't think the actor was very good for it, because Light is obviously a mastermind, and he has this words. I love it. God complex, and what they did with like L was pretty bad as well, because like I feel like
he was like a ninja.
Yeah, he was,
I didn't like that.
the actor.
Pretty shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, the actor did like a good job of delivering the lines and actually having the feel of like he's the smartest guy in the room basically, and he's got like the little quirks
Just
and
came
stuff like
across
that.
as obnoxious.
That L just needed to be written better, and that would have worked. And then they just should have recast Light. And then obviously they're trying to fit what is it like 24 episodes I think of the anime into like one thing. And everything is just so condensed. The relationships between the characters don't work. They're really rushed.
You know what they should do, brother? They should, rather than like try to change the actors, they should just put it in a bowl and chuck it in the garbage.
I mean, it's already been made, so. But the anime itself is timeless.
Yeah,
and
I should just did a live action TV show, not a movie, because you can't get it in.
that literally the only good thing about the live action Death Note Netflix adaptation was the fact that Willem Dafoe voiced Ryuk.
Yes, my man.
And it's just such a perfect voice for that character as well.
Yeah, and his face.
Yeah.
And his face. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, cool. And that's my movie.
Yeah.
All now, what about you? See, I actually asked this time. Nobody asked the last time, Scott.
Okay. Well, brother, you actually already name dropped it, but it's Suicide Squad. That movie is one of the most poorly made, just bad movies I've ever watched in my entire life. Okay, what do I? Okay,
It made 800 million.
If you're not that versed
Oscar.
in really good movies, you're not. Yeah, whatever.
Not even. You don't have to be versed in the movie. You can see it. Okay, the soundtrack was horrible. It's like you got your 11-year-old son's iPod and put it on shuffle. And House of the Rising Sun into like the Real Slim Shady, into like just random stuff, and it was bad. All the intros of the characters are like title card, blah blah blah. Because and, you know, the reason they did happen was because after David Ayer like got like his movie like cut, basically they got the company that makes trailers to edit the whole movie. That's why it feels like a montage, constant montage. And literally the stuff that he filmed like with Joker is like the bad guy and stuff like that. That was all like cut, and I actually would have like made it like make more sense. But then I think of the movie. I'm actually so angry thinking about it.
Movies like that.
They just too much studio control. I feel like I had. Yeah, okay. The other thing that pisses me off about that movie is the people I know who insist they like it. They're like, no, it was actually really good. But then I say to them every single time, I'm like, oh yeah, tell me what you liked about it besides Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. And you know what they say? It was just good. No, it wasn't. It was not good.
Calm down. Calm down there, buddy.
Okay, I'm calm.
It was pretty bad.
I told you, I'm passionate.
He's passionate.
I'm very passionate. Okay. I feel like that is a good place maybe to leave it off, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know, there was just one more thing I wanted to do before we cap out. But before we do, everybody, if you've watched this far, thank you again for watching.
Yes, thanks.
Weekly content every Friday. You know how it is. We're working on more stuff. Like it, subscribe,
Comment. Email.
email us, do all that stuff. If you're watching this, you know what to do. Just do it. But I realized I needed 2 hands for this. Hold this for me, Bradley. That's it. I'm just gonna. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Oh my god, Scott.